Hi everyone, it's Sarah with SST Coffee and Quotes. Just coming to you today with my second video. Let's see if this goes any better. I found something to hold it with, so we'll see if this goes better for me. As you can tell, I'm pretty new to this, but I kind of come on here and just talk about what it's like to be a woman in your 40s. A lot of people talk about reinventing yourself. I don't really think of reinventing yourself as something like what most people think it is, like moving halfway across the country, quitting your job and becoming a painter, or, totally upheavaling your life. And honestly, sometimes it's just the small changes that make you happier. Sometimes it is an entirely different life, but reinvention is different for everybody. Like the C.S. Lewis quote that says, you can't go back and change the past, but you can start now for a different future. I really think that's true. And for women like myself that are almost 50 years old, it looks different now. Before you had to take care of the kids, if you were married, not married, whatever it might have been. Most people know for myself that I was in the insurance industry for almost 30 years. And I just decided that it's time for me to start looking towards other careers and other things that go on in my life. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I have tried several businesses over the years, so I know what I definitely want to do is to be an entrepreneur and to go down that path. So that's what I'm working towards, and you'll hear some of that in my videos as we go about, because I just feel like sometimes we just need a good coffee with somebody that kind of knows what you're going through and goes with what we're saying. Like I said, I am changing careers after 30 years. I'm an empty nester. My daughter moved out a year or two ago. My husband's kids are all adults and living a beautiful life. And so is my daughter. And so we are empty nesters. We are mid-career. My husband is also in the middle of changing his career and living his dream, which I think is amazing. Most people think in your 40s you're done. You shouldn't. We both believe that you can do whatever you want to do. So he's living his dream. I am figuring out what mine is. I know that I have started SST Coffee and Quotes and Sarah's Itsy Collective, and I am enjoying every minute of it. Hoping to make that my career here soon. As for being an empty nester, it was hard, especially because I was a single mom for most of it, and minus everything, it was hard. Like, it was one of the most enjoyable yet hardest things I've ever done. And the hardest thing was letting go and letting her be an adult and hoping that everything I did is going to make her who she is going to become as an adult, as a good person and a good human being, and enjoying her life and living her life the way she wants and doing it better than I did. Isn't that what we all want as parents, is for our kids to do better than we did? Or at least that's what I would hope you would want for your kids. So being an empty nester, changing jobs, I've noticed my friendships have changed. Some of them I've gotten closer with, others I've started to realize that they are not the friendships I want. And hi, this is my puppers. Hi, babe. Welcome to the show. Dealing with my dog, as you can see. But yeah, there's just a lot that goes into this whole reinventing. I don't know if that's the best word for it, but I feel like sometimes that's who you're reinventing yourself to become who you were meant to be. I don't necessarily think it's changing every single aspect of yourself and I think it's taking what you've learned over the last 40 years or so and taking it and turning it into the wisdom and the positivity that you need to become exactly who it is you want to be. And I think in your 40s, you finally feel free to do that. I know in my 20s, I felt like there was a norm to go by. I felt like I was influenced by my friends and my choices and my family. And I didn't always do what it was I wanted to do because I felt like there was other things calling me, responsibilities, aspirations, those type of things. So one thing I wish I could go back and tell myself is start sooner. Start inventing myself into who I wanted to be, not what I thought everybody else wanted me to be. But hey, I'm here now and I'm doing that just now, and I'm trying to find the best me that I can be. And that isn't always easy. There's days I fail. There's days I don't get what I wanted. There's things that happen that I can't control. And that's all about becoming who you are, is learning how to deal with those things and learning how to take care of yourself and your family while still doing things that you enjoy and things that take your life and make it happy. And I think that's all we can ask for in this life is to get out there and live your best life. I say it all the time and your best life is different for everybody. So live your best life. Be a good human being, be a good person to other people, but don't let them walk all over you. I made that mistake for years. I always thought that I had to take care of everybody else, which I don't mind. I like taking care of people. But I can't neglect myself in the meantime. And I think that's probably the biggest lesson I learned as I'm reinventing myself is it's time for me to take care of me. I can still take care of everybody else, but I need to come first for a while, and that's okay. It's not selfish as long as you don't stay that way and never concern yourself with others. And I think that that's part of starting this channel. I have no idea how this is going to go. This could suck, and it could be the worst thing I ever decided to do, but I also thought maybe there's other women, men, anybody out there that is feeling the same way I am and, just wants to have somebody to coffee and talk with and, feel that out. So here's my second video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to hear in the comments, what are you guys working on reinventing yourself? What is something you've learned? Give me some comments. Tell me, how your life is in your 40s or 50s and how you got past the empty nester or the job change or the life change or the friendship changes. I would love to hear it if you guys would comment below, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.